You ain't never going to be sitting there and saying, I got it. I got the $1 million idea. All I got to do is start investing in stocks, and then it will not be a unique idea. The thoughts that are fed to you are strictly based off of things you've already heard, already seen, already encountered, already been around. We're followers by nature. You're not creating you're not going to create a way to make money. You're not about to come and say, man, I'm about to create PayPal. I'm about to create Stripe. I'm about to create this merchant where people got to literally use my services to be able to transfer money from one person to another, and I take a fee from each transaction. From the person who they deposited and from the person who sends it, I get a fee from both parties, and I'll get rich because millions of people will use this, and I'll get a fee from every transaction that they make. You'll never wake up and say that. Never. I promise you, you will never ever do that. So this is I'm giving you constructive criticism. If you know that human beings are followers by nature, who should you be hanging around? Who should you be following? Who should you be talking to? Should it be the friends that you grew up with? Should it be your favorite cousin or your favorite auntie? Should it be a homie who looked out for you in elementary school? Let me explain something to you. It's a simple saying that I live by. It's called day 2's. Everybody put day 2. Everybody put day 2 in the chat. Oh, yeah. Everybody put day 2 in the chat. Torn between the two. I'm about to help some of y'all. I don't know who I'm going to help on this live, but I'm going to help somebody on this live. Trust me. Just because you're watching me, your life can potentially change. Your credit score could potentially change. The house that you live in could potentially change. The car that you drive every day could potentially change. The way that you look at life, look at money, look at commerce, business, supply, demand. The way that you look at everything could potentially change for somebody that's on this live. So day 2's are the reason why you see Pushman Mitch here today, being able to thrive and be able to make lots of money, impact lots of lives, be able to have abundance, options, and freedom and things of that nature. It's only because of my day 2 friends. The friends who I grew up with, what do you think that they're doing now? They're doing the same thing that everybody else that's from our neighborhood is doing. Look at the coolest kid who was in your high school. Look at the coolest kid who was in your middle school. What are they still doing today? They still being cool. They're not being assertive. They're not overachieving. Most of them have kids and they just work a regular job. There's nothing wrong with working a regular job. A majority of my life, I've worked a regular job. But they are not somebody who you are looking up to. Financially, you're not, right? You're not looking up to them. Right now, as an adult or a grown man or a grown woman, right now, you financially do not look up to anybody in your circle. Look, I want y'all to just put a flame emoji. If right now in your circle, there is nobody that you look up to financially in your circle, your immediately best friends, the 6 closest people to you or less, you do not look up to anybody financially who you hang out with. Literally, when you talk to them on the phone, you don't say, damn, I wish I was getting money like him. Damn, I wish my credit score was like that. Damn, I wish I could get a car like him. Damn, I wish I was able to take the trip that person take. Damn, I wish I could get a watch like that. Man, I wish I could be able to have this type of abundance like that. Those hotels he be staying in, I wish I can get a hotel like that. Your whole entire circle is a cage. Your whole entire circle is a cage. And you don't even notice it. That's why I'm telling you guys right now about your day 2's. Day 2's are going to be the ones that make you rich. Day 1's can keep you modest, right? Day 1's can keep you humble. Day 1's can give you comfort about the good old days. Day 1's can make you feel secure when you're going through a struggling time in life as an adult, and they help you calm down because they know your character. Day 1's can do all of that. But day 2's are the ones that are going to make you rich. Day twos are the ones who are going to give you game that is outside of your normal thought process. What for a person to become rich or wealthy or successful, there must be a point in their life of disruption. There must be a disruptor to come and literally change your butterfly effect. Because right now, you and your friends are doing the same things. And if you're the leader of your friend group, that's the worst place you can be. That means that not only are you in a cage, but you're not learning from everybody. Everybody is only learning from you. It's not iron sharpens iron. You are getting drained. They are literally being vampires to you, and they are draining you of all your resources. When something's going on, they're going to run to you, and they're going to vent to you and drain you. When they need to borrow some money, you're the most successful one. You're the leader of your group. They're going to ask you for the money. When they're going through some type of troubles and they need advice, they're going to ask you for the advice. When they're taking a trip and you need to know where to go, they're going to ask you where to go. So right now, you're not growing. You're shrinking. You're getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Your bank account is getting smaller. Your optimism is getting smaller. Your creative ideas and places to pull from is getting smaller. And the older you get, the less you think is possible for it to happen to you. The older you get, the less you think like, man, I'm going to be that millionaire. Y'all don't remember when we was coming out of high school? Y'all remember when we was coming out of high school and how we was like, oh, I'm going to go be, I'm going to be a radio host. I'm going to be a lawyer. I'm going to be an attorney. We were so optimistic about all the things we could be. Y'all don't remember that? We coming out of high school. Oh yeah, I'm going to go and be a DJ. Oh yeah. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go be criminal justice, and I'm going to go and be a parole. I'm going to go be a parole officer. And we're so optimistic about all of these things that we can do or be. And then you get a little bit older, and then them bills start coming, right? That bill start coming, that credit start getting a little crazy. You start getting a little bit of debt. You know what I'm saying? And then you start getting a real job, and you start getting the real bills come. And that real paycheck where you like, damn, that paycheck is not what it's supposed to be, but you start to accept it. You start to accept, damn, this is what I probably will be doing for the rest of my life. This is the most I'll probably ever be. I can probably climb the corporate ladder. I probably become a little bit more than what I am right now, but I don't think any of that extra, rapper stuff I wanted to be. I know I wanted to go to acting school and wanted to be an actor. I don't think I'm going to be an actor no more. I don't think that's possible for me. Then you start saying, I used to wanted to be a singer, but I don't think I want to be a singer no more. I'm going to just go ahead and raise my family and work a job and, get me a nice little Hyundai Sonata and just live my life. Your optimism goes down the older you get. So I say that to say this. Now is the time for you to make decisions for your future self. The reason why you are where you are today is because last year's thoughts and actions. This year's thoughts and action is going to affect what you look like next year. Becoming successful is not an action. It's a reaction. It's a reaction to an action. So the action can be getting up early, staying out late, making all of these offers of my products and services, really working hard to promote and market my brand, going to different places and networking and meeting different people. That's an action. The reaction is now this person becomes successful. Now this person has all of these contacts and emails. Now this person has all these tax returns and bank statements. Now this person has all of this credibility. That's a reaction to somebody going out there and taking action on life. But a lot of y'all want the reaction without doing the action. And I said all that to say it's very simple for you to get what you want. It's called having the winner's diet. Everybody put diet in the chat. That's spelled D-I-E-T. Everybody put diet. You have to have a diet that is cognizant of the person or the space that you want to be in the future. Your diet controls the way that your body looks. Your diet controls the way that your mind thinks. Okay? So let me explain that. When people hear diet, they automatically think about food. When people hear the word diet, they automatically think about food. They automatically think about consumption of food. But diet is everything that you consume. When you listen to things like a book, let's say you listen to an audio book, when you read something, when you literally watch TV, when you hang out with a friend and you listen to them vent, you listen to them complain, you listen to them celebrate what they think is cool, all of that goes into your diet. Right? So let's just say if I want to ask y'all a question. If I sit here and talk to y'all about politics, about Donald Trump, and then I start talking about all of the terrorists. I start talking about tariffs. I say tariff this, tariff that, tariff this, tariff that, tariff this, tariff that. All of a sudden, in a normal everyday conversation, you're talking about tariffs. You're talking about how you don't like how people voted for Trump. You start talking about how China has all of this capital society where they have all of these products that they can literally overcharge us for. You start thinking about things that you normally didn't talk about. It's only because now you have just consumed it in your diet. If you never consumed that in your diet, you would never think about it or care about it or have an opinion about it. Prior to last year, I heard 0 black people talking about tariffs. I'm going to say it again. Prior to last year, and even this year, I heard 0 black people talking about tariffs. Now, all of a sudden, we got experts in tariffs. We got people talking about who foots the bill for the tariffs. We got all of these conversations happening about tariffs. Because now you have just consumed it in your diet, and now you have thoughts about what has been fed to you. So I'm going to ask you the same question I asked you prior. If I constantly feed you thoughts about whatever business you want to run, right? Whatever life you want to have, whatever customers you want to attain, whatever objects you want to acquire, and that's all I feed you, what are you going to think about? Let's make it even more distinctive. If you want to become the next real estate mogul, and imagine if I make you sit there and read books about real estate every day, and then I make you go to real estate seminars every month, and then I make you only talk to realtors and closing title attorneys and mortgage brokers, and I make you talk to homeowners insurance brokers, all you talk about on a day-to-day, all you read, all you watch TV is documentaries about real estate. When you come talk to a person, when they walk up to you and they start having a conversation about you, hey, what's going on? How you been feeling lately? The first thing you're going to talk about is real estate. All you're going to think about is real estate. That is going to become your life. So if I want to become the next real estate mogul, what should I do? If I want to become a millionaire in real estate, specifically a millionaire, right, in real estate, who should I hang around? And what should we be talking about? Should we be talking about, oh, I just talked to Sheree yesterday. You remember what happened with old girl when we was in high school? She just came. Should I be talking about shit like that? Or should I be talking about, yo, I don't know if you've seen the comps in your area, but the worth of your whole zip code has went up increasingly in the last 5 to 10 years. And I want to let you know that you're sitting on a gold mine. If we were to pull equity out your house right now, get an estimate on your home, if we pulled the equity out, we can buy 3 more homes in your same area. And just based off the data, in the next 5 to 10 years, all of those properties are going to skyrocket. That whole entire subdivision where you live in is going to be gentrified. And we are going to be able to be successful as fuck in the next 5 to 10 years. Because I promise you, every single time that somebody sells a house in your area, the worth of this whole neighborhood goes up tremendously. And the last house in your same neighborhood sold at an average of $800,000. Back in the day when you moved in here, you bought it for $250,000. That means that if we were to buy more properties, this area is going to grow in a significant amount. And I think that we can capitalize on this. You would say that. That's what you would talk about. But because you hang around who you hang around, because you watch the TV you watch, because you follow the Instagram people you follow, and watch the TikToks you watch, that's what you think about. The fact that y'all even know what tariffs is amazing. The fact that you 51 people on this live even know what a tariff is amazes me. it makes my point. Prior to last year, just keep it real. Keep it real. Everybody on here, put a number 3 in the chat. If prior to last year, you never heard of the word tariff. Never. I'm talking about you never heard it even uttered before last year. You never uttered the word tariff. You never heard nobody say it. You did not even give a fuck about it. You didn't care about it. You would have never researched it. You would have never Googled it. You would have never YouTubed it. You wouldn't even give a damn if a nigga said the word tariff 3 times in the mirror like motherfucking Freddy Krueger. That's just keep it a bean. If you can understand, if you've been missing a point this whole life, if you can literally right now tell me that just from you consuming content, you now know what a tariff is, and you can have a conversation with another person about something you never gave a fuck about, just because you started hearing everybody talk about it this year, all you got to do is lock in with millionaires and just listen to them talk. You don't gotta go get a job and work for them. You don't even got to go to college and get a degree for it. All you got to do is get around some millionaires and just listen to them talk. You're going to know everything they're talking about. They're going to be talking about private equity. They're going to be talking about venture capitalists. They're going to be talking about capital gains. They're going to be talking about tax returns. They're going to be talking about financial analysts and CFPs. They're going to be talking about CDs, and they're going to talk about certificates. They're going to be talking about all of these different products that they leverage their credit to purchase and make equity in. You're going to know so much about money that it's going to fucking scare you. You already know what will work for you because right now, you know what a fucking tariff is. I can go down a rabbit hole of all of the shit that you would never give a damn about, but because of your diet, you now know about it, even though you never researched it, never wanted to look it up. It just got fed to you. They just gave it to you, and now it's in here. Now it's in here. So you don't think the same thing can work for you if you get a successful winner's diet for whatever you want to be? Man, I said I wanted to be the #1 rental car business coach in the nation. And guess what do you think I am? I consume myself with my business and my industry. I made it a point to not only become a 7-figure earner in my space, but an 8-figure earner in my space. I am #1 across the nation. It's a simple thing to research. All you got to do, it don't matter what city y'all in right now. Watch this. We're going to put this to the test. Everybody on this live, we're going to just prove that I'm #1 and that I'm not fluffing. Everybody on this live, just Google rental car business coach. Don't Google my name. Don't Google the name of my business, and watch what comes up #1. Rental car business coach. And then I want y'all to put who y'all seen #1 and then what state you're in. Because everybody's in different cities right now. Some of y'all in different countries. I want y'all to Google rental car business coach, get back on this live, and say who you saw and what city you're in. And I'm going to show you what happens when you decide to have a winner's diet on what it is that you want to be. It's all about your diet. What are you listening to, fam? What are you looking at all day? Are you sending memes and jokes all day? What are you looking? What are you hearing? What are you reading? The only thing I read about is how to become more successful, how to be more influential, how to market better, how to advertise better, how to get higher credit, how to leverage my real estate to make more millions, how to leverage everything to consume and make people get more wealthier and all of these things. I am only doing this. Somebody said, damn, I'm first one in Vegas, Pushman Mitch, St. Louis. I want y'all to see this. #1, I just peeped. What city? I want y'all to see what y'all saw, #1. And I want y'all to tell me what city you in too, though. Because people got to realize when somebody's just saying they're #1, if I'm coming up #1 all around the globe, I'm coming up #1 in every city and I'm in Atlanta, I want y'all to really think about what it takes to do that. I want y'all to think about it. The second thing I want y'all to think about is this. If I can become something, I'm just letting y'all know, if I can become that and I don't got no degree, listen to me now. I don't have no degree. All right. I don't got an associate's. I don't got a bachelor's. I don't got no doctorate. I barely can even say the word bachelor clearly. Listen to me. If I can become a multi-millionaire, not make $1 million one time, but make millions of dollars every single year, over and over again. No matter if it was the recession like they was trying to scare y'all with the year before last, no matter if it was crypto and NFTs, I was making millions of dollars. No matter if it was a pandemic, I was making millions of dollars. Right before the pandemic in 2018, I was making millions of dollars. If I can do it, and I barely passed fucking algebra 1, pre-algebra. I had pre-algebra, algebra, and trigonometry at the same damn time my senior year in high school, because my counselor messed up my schedule and they had to put me back on college prep. I had pre-algebra, algebra, and trigonometry all at the same time. And I passed all of them with a C because I found out how to copy off the right people tests, copy off the right people answers. And guess what? Lo and behold, how did I become a millionaire? What did I say at the beginning of this live? What did I say at the beginning of this live? I literally am not a self-made millionaire. I learned from other people who were coming back from where I was trying to go. I'm going to say it again. I am not a self-made millionaire. I don't believe it's even possible to do, because there are so many people that I met in my life who literally taught me things that led me to be able to be the multimillionaire that I am today. And it's not even anything difficult. I got around millionaires and most lessons are caught, not taught. I just caught it. They didn't have to sit me down in class. I was just around and I saw what they was doing. I looked at their Instagram pages. I went through their websites and I became a customer of their websites. And I seen all of the automation. I was like, damn, I don't have that automation. I need to get it. I seen who they was hiring. They were hiring virtual assistants from the Philippines. I said, damn, I don't got none of those. I need to hire some from the Philippines. I seen these people firing themselves from their businesses, meaning that they're not working in it no more. I need to get somebody to literally run my company without me being there so I can travel the world. I was going to Lamborghini rallies with other people who had Lamborghinis, and guess what happened? They was like, damn, Mitch, you don't never get to ride out with us. You still working in your business. You need to fire yourself. And that's where I learned from those other millionaires how to literally become a millionaire, how to become successful. I went to my homie Gooch mansion. I didn't have a mansion. He already had one. I said, yo, Gooch, how did you get this mansion? He said, just like this. You don't know Virgil? I said, no, who Virgil? Yeah, man, Virgil the one got me this house. Hold on, I'm going to give you his number real quick. I'm going to put you on a group chat real fast and he going to get you together. Literally, within 2 months, I had my own mansion from Virgil just because I got around another person who already had what I was trying to get. It's that simple. It's called a diet, a winner's diet. Whatever you want to be, get around it. So right now, if everybody you hang around is broke, that's what you want to be. If everybody around you is living check to check, that's what you want to be. If everybody around you has a 400 credit score, that's what you want to have. If everybody around you looks weird at mentorship, that's what you're going to look at it like. Nobody pays for advertisement, nobody pays for marketing, everybody around you is like that, you'll never pay for ads. You will literally live your life starting a business and putting up a flyer. Ain't that crazy? You will literally, for the rest of your life, listen, you will start a business and you will put up a flyer and think that people will literally come to your Google or your website or come to your Instagram page and click the link in your bio. You're not famous. You're not famous yet. No one knows you. How will they ever click your website? How will they ever give a damn what you got going on? You're not famous, fam. You have to pay for marketing. You have to pay for advertisement. It will not be free. You do not get rich with a poor mindset. You do not get rich giving out nickels. You will have to pay millions to make millions. This is just a reality. The coolest thing about this, a lot of us live in the United States where they are literally giving us money. Look at my car. I'm just using this as an example. I walked in a dealership, y'all. I live in the United States. I live in a place where you can walk into a dealership and use your signature and get a fucking $500,000 car. I'm going to say that again. I live in a place where you can walk into a dealership and use your handwriting to get a car. I live in a place where you can go into a bank and use your signature and get money at the click of a button. And they will let you go into a credit. You can go wherever you want and use that credit card and buy whatever you need for your store, for your website, for your staff, for your inventory. They will literally just give it to you. And guess what? The only thing we want to use is unemployment. The only thing we want to use is food stamps. Even that is crazy. You can get fired from your job and they will pay you. And they will backdate the pay for the exact day that you got fired. That's where I live. And you go to countries like Colombia, you go to Belize, you go overseas and you see these people who don't have a credit system and they out there outworking the fuck out of y'all with less. So again, I'm going to say this. Human beings are followers by nature. Who are you following? Who are you copying off of? Whose results are you using to make decisions with your day-to-day life? I'll tell you, it's your day ones, but who did I tell y'all? Everybody in the chat. Who did I tell you is going to be the ones to make y'all rich? Everybody put it in the chat. What's the answer? Who did I tell y'all is going to be the people who make you become the successful person that you want to be? Who's going to be the person that helps you get over the hill? It's not going to be no day one. It ain't going to be no day one. It's going to be a day two. It's going to be a disruptor in your life. It's going to be somebody who disrupts your natural pattern. It's going to be someone who disrupts your natural thinking. It's going to be someone who comes out of nowhere and tells you some shit that you never thought was even possible. You're going to do it. It's going to work. And then everything you ever thought before that you believed, you will never believe again. You're going to start thinking totally different, because that's how I was. When I grew up, my mom and everybody around me was telling me that credit was bad. Credit is bad. Watch out for credit. Oh, you got to be careful with that credit thing. Oh, be careful. Then I see Elon Musk buy Twitter with credit. Then I see Jay-Z and Beyonce go to California, buy $100 million mansion with credit, even though they billionaires. Am I tripping? Credit is bad, but billionaires use it. Credit is bad, but the people with the mansions, they don't buy the mansions cash. They buy them with credit cards. The people who buy apartment buildings, are they taking millions of dollars to buy the apartment building? They use credit. And they buy the apartment building, rent it out to tenants, take the cash flow, and then, okay, I get it. I get it. It's not. We were just taught wrong. We have to unlearn to relearn. So it is going to take a disruption. It is going to take a disruption for you to ever make a different plateau. So we were taught wrong, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'll tell you is this: if you continue to keep your head buried in the sand, everything that happens to you is absolutely your fault. Because I told y'all, I want y'all to really know this. You are not going to come up with your own ideas. We do not control our thoughts as human beings. We do not control our thoughts as human beings. We don't have that luxury. We have the ability to think, but we cannot control our own thoughts. What does that mean, Mitch? I don't get what you're talking about. I control my own thoughts. Absolutely not. Because if you did, if I ask you, what are you going to be thinking about in 5 minutes? You couldn't tell me. I'm going to say it again. If you controlled your own thoughts, if I ask you, what are you going to be thinking about in 5 minutes? You will be able to tell me, but you have no idea. Thoughts are given to you. Where are they given to you from? I'm going to say this real plain for everybody. Your thoughts are given to you. Okay? Your thoughts are given to you from the things that you consume. You are not going to wake up in America where everybody speaks English and say, everybody speaking English around me, and you're going to create your own language? I'm going to say it again. Everybody around me speaks English. I'm going to sit there and watch them all speak English and then come up with a thought that is not English. I'm going to be like, arigato gozaimashita. Ohayo gozaimasu. Genki desu ka? Yorashiri negi shinaimasu. I'm going to just start speaking Japanese. No. Because of my environment, I speak English. Because of my environment, I'm used to driving cars on the left-hand side. Because of my environment, I literally watch the TV shows that I watch. Oh, why is it that we all watch BET growing up? Why do we all know what 106 in Park is? Oh, but then I go over here and I talk to these people who grew up in a different environment. They never fucking heard of 106 in Park. They don't know who AJ and Free is. They don't know who Terrence J and Roxy is. They have no fucking idea because they do not live in the environment where anybody talks about that. So the same thing goes for how we make money. Why did you apply for the first job you applied for? Everybody think about it, then write it down. Why did you apply for the first job that you applied for? What was the reason? What was the circumstance? Why did you apply for the first job that you applied for? What made you apply for this job that you end up getting? Somebody tell me. Why did you apply for it? And I want you to speak from the one that you actually got. Why did you get it? Somebody said, someone put me on. Okay. I want to only know about the job you actually got. My friend was there. Listen to this. It's about to fuck y'all up. Because somebody said to apply. Watch this. It's going to fuck you up. It's going to fuck you up. I'm telling you. I just look like this. I know I don't look like a millionaire or nothing like that. I know I don't look educated. I don't look like I got old money. I'm like super mature. I look very youthful and young. And I know I don't look like what you think the messenger you thought was going to look like that was going to change your life. I just look like this. It's my favorite saying. But I'm going to just tell you this right now. Right? People don't realize that everything we do is based off of what we consume. So if you want to become wealthy, if you want to have abundance, you want to be successful, you have to have a diet that will produce the thoughts that would create that outcome. So if I wanted to become wealthy, multimillionaire, who should I hang around with? Multimillionaires, people who are wealthy. If I want to be able to speak better and articulate myself, if I want to become a better public speaker, who should I be watching? Who should I be researching? What should I be listening to in my headphones when I'm jogging? What should I be consuming? If I consume enough analogies, at some point in time, the analogies will become like water. I can just let it flow out easily. Oh my God, your network is your net worth. Oh Lord, the 6 closest people to you are going to be the ones who affect what you do. You're going to be the 7th. All of these lines and analogies will become like water. Right? So it's very, very simple. If I want to be a better public speaker, go listen to the people who you like how they speak and watch how you start talking. If you want to become somebody who's financially literate, go hang around people who are financially literate. It's that simple. I just changed your life. I just put you on. I just told you what you needed to do. There's no further instruction needed. Create your winner's diet. If you got friends that are not on the same type time, you need to cut them off. It is very, very simple. Your day ones will not get you there. I promise you. I swear. Some of y'all are very older. Like some of y'all are in your mid 20s. Some of y'all in your early 20s. Some of y'all are mid 30s. Some of y'all in your early 30s, late 30s. All of you guys have been hanging around these day ones for years. And you're still not successful. You still don't have abundance. You still don't have options. You still don't have freedom. You still can't take that dream trip. I swear on my life, the reason why I live out the country most of the time, because like right now I got an event in the United States. After my event is over in the United States, I am going to be out of the country. The reason why is because when I stay around here and I speak the language and I get to hang around my people, I get my nails done or whatever, right? Like you see I got my little petty manny action. I go get my hair cut. I go get my hair braided. When I listen to the conversations, I get survivor's remorse. I get depressed because people are telling me things like, oh man, I wish I could take those dream trips like you, Mitch. I wish I can live in Colombia. I wish I can live in Japan. I wish I could go to Dubai like that. But the simple thing is they can, but they won't. Do you think I want to hear that all day and it gets me depressed? When I know you could just do it, and then after a while, I'm chastising them. After a minute, guess what I'm doing? I'm actually insulting them. I'm like, all you got to do is this. Every time I talk to you, I'm trying to help them. If I do that, I'm putting myself in a position to be an asshole. That's why I always leave the country and be on places where I can't even speak the language. So I'm sitting there enjoying things. I don't got to worry about my survivor's remorse right now, living an abundant life, because now I'm able to actually enjoy it for a change, because I'm looking at my people struggle by choice. I'm looking at people who went to the same high school, went to the same jobs that I was working at, went to play basketball with me, go through a struggle, and I know that they can just easily change it, but they won't do it. And it hurts my chest. It depresses me. I have survivor's remorse. I won't lie about it. I think about it all the time. I be like, damn, how do I feel going to buy this watch that I know costs $50K, and I know this, my homie right here, he make $50K a year, and he trying to provide for all his 3 babies and shit like that. And I promise you this, I feel bad when I go buy me a new Rollie. I just bought one. I just bought me a new presidential rose gold with the brown dial day. Shit cost me $56,000. I spent that shit like it was water. I made that shit. The same time I spent that $56,000, I made $56,000 right back. And I know my friends can't do that. I know the people I grew up with can't do that. I know my sisters and brothers and shit like that, other than my brother Sean, everybody else can't do that. So I have survivor's remorse. It feels bad. So I travel and I go to different countries where people can't speak the language, they don't know me, and I'm able to enjoy and live life abundantly without feeling bad for becoming a successful person in my family. So this is what I'll say. For anybody that sat here and listened to me, and you feel like after listening to me, you're going to do the exact same thing, there is an issue that you need to address. And they say the hardest thing to do is admit that you have a problem. You need to literally look in the mirror and ask yourself the question I asked myself. So I'm going to tell y'all what I asked myself. I remember driving Uber, and I drove Uber in Atlanta for almost 2 years. And I'm picking up successful young black people around my age. I'm picking them up. I'm dropping them off in mansions. I'm picking them up, dropping them off all the way out in Alpharetta. They got these gigantic houses. I'm overhearing their conversation where they making millions and millions of dollars. I'm dropping people off at the gathering spot, and they talking about how they got this tech company they got it evaluated for $8 million. They got $1 million liquid. They raised this much money. And I had to look at myself in the mirror when I'm around all these people who look like me, are just as intelligent as I am, who have the same type of access to capital, credit, and same access to the people that I have, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Google, whatever. They got the same access as me, but they doing way better than me. I had to look at myself in the mirror, and I had to ask myself the question, what the fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with you that you can't get it together and be able to become successful? You go to jobs. You worked at Urban Outfitters. They taught you how to use the POS system and use the cash register. They taught you how to literally fold clothes up, and they taught you how to do check-ins and check-outs, and they taught you how to have customer service and talk to people. And you learned it, and you did it well. I worked as a correction officer where I had to learn defensive tactics, had to learn how to shoot a gun, had to learn how to literally be able to do lower quadrant V, grapples, shoot a taser, take a taser, had to be able to shoot a pepper ball gun, shoot a shotgun, Marshberg, pump. I had to literally learn how to do these things. They taught me how to do it. I learned it and did it well. I literally worked at Dillard's and shoe sales, learning how to do customer service with women. Literally had to take off their shoes, put the shoe that they want to try on their foot. Literally was able to not only remember how to stock every shelf in there, color coordinated, remember it by size, by fit, by style, if it's a wedge, if it's a platform. If I know everything about fucking women's shoes right now because they taught me how to do it and I was able to do it. But for some reason, I think that I can't go out and become an entrepreneur and run my own business and become a millionaire and learn from somebody who's already a millionaire. That's what you telling me? That's how I had to look in my mirror and say. So what I did was I took the thing. I realized that I did not know what the fuck I was doing. I found somebody that knew what they were doing. I want y'all to hear this. I found someone that was coming back from where I was trying to go. Simple for anybody to understand. This dude has a Maybach Mercedes. I'm driving around in a 1993 Mercedes ML30 that I bought off of Highway 17 in Savannah. Okay? Now, I went to the dealership myself. I tried to get financing for my dream car, which was a Jeep Wrangler. They denied me. They said, you can't buy this. You can only buy this. So I tried to get a Mercedes Maybach. I tried to get a Jeep, and I clearly did not know what it takes to do so. So I found somebody who got the Mercedes Maybach, and I asked them a simple question. How the fuck did you get that Mercedes Maybach? How did you get it? And guess what? The nigga told me. He said, all I did was this. Every time you find somebody coming back from where you're trying to go and they explaining something to you, they actually give their time and they say, yo, it only takes a few seconds. He said, all I did was this. And then all I did was what he said. And guess what? Guess what the fuck happened? I did it, and I was able to get the Mercedes Maybach. I was able to get the Jeep Wrangler. I was able to get the i8. I was able to get the Tesla. Just because I found somebody who did something that I've never done, and I asked him, how did you do it? And he told me. The same thing happened when I wanted to make my first $1 million. I got around people who were making millions of dollars like it was nothing. And I'm out here struggling. I was working. My last job, I worked at a jail. I got paid like $45,000 to $60,000. I think it was at the end when I got my raise after a year probation. I was making $60,000. That was a good job for me. But I started hanging around with motherfuckers who was making millions of dollars like it was water. I started hanging out at Lifetime Fitness, man. I'm hanging out at Lifetime Fitness. Everybody in there paying $200 a month. I'm in there on a guest pass because I can't even afford the fucking membership. I'm in there. Everybody else in there is paying $200 a month at the time. Now it's $300 a month. And I'm hanging around dudes talking about they making millions of dollars like water. And this one nigga said, I'm going to tell you, his name was G. This man was talking about how he makes millions of dollars. He got $1 million house. He got his shoe selling business called LA Kicks at the time. And he was making all of this money. Then I seen this dude, Brock Shorter. He was in trucks. He was in logistics. He was making all of this money. And I said, what the fuck did you do to make millions of dollars? And would you believe it? The nigga said, all you gotta do is this. And I heard it. I registered it. And I did something that a lot of you guys would never do. Is I went and executed it to completion. I heard what he said to do. I registered the information. And I executed that information to completion. And I looked up. And I looked at my brother. And I said, let's count this money. We count this money. We made millions of dollars by listening to someone who was coming back from where we were trying to go. You cannot save up the perfect amount of money for a place that you've never been to. You can't prepare for a place you've never been to. You can't get your credit score ready for a place that you've never been to. So I talked to this man after I listened to this man, and it worked, right? I listened to what they said and it worked. I said, listen, I want to make as much money as you are making. What would it take for me to learn from you directly, man? I'll take a job. I'll do whatever. Guess what he told me? He said, I don't need nobody to work for me. And now I'm not interested in being your mentor. And I offered to pay. And I paid him. And after paying him, it had me very, very focused. It made me think I needed to get a return on investment. It made me think I needed to make it work because I spent that much money on it. It made me think that if this doesn't work, I don't know what I'm going to do. So once I did that and I paid him for his attention, because I paid him, he didn't give me his little half-ass answers he used to give me before. I want y'all to pay attention to this part because he used to give me information when I went to Lifetime. He used to tell me advice. He used to say, yeah, you could do this. You could hire these people. You could do that. But I'd be like, tell me more. He'd be like, I don't feel like it right now. Right? But when I paid him, he was motivated. Everybody put motivated. When I paid him, he didn't say, I don't feel like it. He took the time that I asked of him and he broke it down for me. And I said, can I see your website? Can you show me your back office? Can I see your system? And he showed me. And then he showed me he was doing ads. And I said, can I see your ads? Like, can you show me what you're doing on your ads? And he showed me. And I said, listen, for the first one, can we like collaborate and you do it with me? And I'll give you half of the proceeds so I can make sure I'm doing it right. And he did it for me. So I found out a new trick. I said, damn, if it's a person out there who has things that I don't have, and I don't want to trouble myself with trying to get lucky and organically make him want to tell me or her want to tell me. If I don't want to trouble myself with the cataclysmic luck and fortune for me to try, you know what I'm saying, to get that person to tell me that information, I'm going to just pay him. And when I started doing that, I promise you can look at my Instagram as far as you can go back. You can see that every single fucking year, y'all, I have made more money. Every single year, I've got more followers. I got more testimonials. I got more reviews. I got more countries. I got more cars. I got more private. I just got more of everything. Ever since I found out this fucking trick, it be a motherfucker. I might meet him. We might find out this nigga making 200 mil. I might say, my dog, send me your wiring info, bro. I'm gonna send you 20,000, bro. I just gotta sit down with you for a minute. And a lot of times when I offer that money, they might not even accept it. They might say, just because you was willing to pay me, I'm gonna let you rock. I'll be like, oh Lord, I'm gonna send you 20,000 just to get me right. I gotta know how you did that automation. I looked at your funnel. I was a customer because Pushman Mitch, I'ma always go shopping. I'm gonna make sure the person that I'm about to pay is doing what they say that they do. And I see their website, I see their email campaign, I see their text message campaign, and I go and get in that funnel and I go pay for something. And I look at the automation, I look at the follow-up, I look at the setter, I look at the closer, I look at all of this stuff, and I'll be like, damn, I need to learn how to do exactly what you're doing. Send me your wire info, I'm gonna send you 20K. And then watch how fast I emulate that. And when I started doing that, y'all, I'm just here to tell y'all the truth. I don't got no reason not to tell y'all. I started doing this shit, yo. And I promise you, money is falling off the fucking trees. Money is coming from the left and the right. Money is coming from the north and the south. Money is literally attracted to me. It thinks I'm so sexy. It just comes to me all the time. It literally just falls out of the sky. So I'm not bragging. I'm just letting y'all know the process of my mindset that happened to me. And the whole lesson of this whole live was actually understanding what a winner's diet is. If you want to consume what you want to become, you got to get around it so you can catch the lessons. And that's what happened to me. So if you want the same thing to happen for you, let me tell y'all something. Let me explain something to y'all real quick. Y'all know what I do. I'm in the rental car space. I got lots of cars. That's great. I give my cars out to Door Dashers, Uber Eats drivers. They make money. I make money. I love it. I got mansions. I rent my mansions out. When they come, they enjoy the house. They enjoy the space. They enjoy their event. They be able to have a good time. I make my money. That's perfect. And y'all know I do the coaching business where I literally, that's why I made y'all research it. Everybody on here knows the truth now. Whenever somebody talk about rental car businesses and a rental car business coach, y'all already know who's number one because y'all did the research yourself. Y'all was all in different cities, all in different states, some of y'all in different countries. Y'all all Google rental car business coach in y'all area. And I came up number one. So we know who's number one. I have got so good at making people money in my space that it is fucking crazy. They used to make money very slow because I would teach them a safe way. And now they are making money so fast, it is fucking cheating. So what I'm saying to y'all is this. If you are in a position where you want to copy off my test and you want to learn from somebody coming back from where you're trying to go, and I'm that person. If it's somebody else, go find them and use what I told you on this live. I want to be clear about that before I leave. If I'm that person for you. But if I'm not, go find who the person is who's coming back from where you're trying to go and copy off their test. I don't care if you got to work for them. I don't care if you got to do quid pro quo, this for that in exchange, or you got to pay them. Go close the information gap between you and that person. Now, if that person is me for you, I would love to mentor you, but I only mentor people who will push their own car. So I'm explaining the process. All you got to do is very, very simple, y'all. It's very, very simple. All you have to do is DM me the word freedom or DM me the word free, and I will send you a video that explains my program, and then you can book a consultation call to see if it's a good fit. I do not accept everybody into my program. Listen to what I'm saying. I do not accept everybody into my program. I must talk to my team, must talk to you, vet you, see if it's a good fit. If your goals are aligned with what my program offers, I will offer you the program. There's a $50 consultation fee. So after you understand that you want to lock in, you pay the $50, you get on the phone with my team, then we will tell you about my program, and then I will help you make the most money you've ever made in your life. It's not a guess. It's not an act. I can show you multiple students. It's not rare. It's something that happens not sometimes, but all the time. I will show you right now. Multiple students. Let's kick it off. I don't want you to think it's only me making money. That's the thing that really fucks people up. I never brag on how much I make. I love to brag on my students and how much they make, though. This is not rare. I want y'all to see what it looks like. So I'm just run it down. Let's just run it down what it look like. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to look at this. Let's just pop it off with Phil. This is his numbers year to date. He's done $406,000 fucking with your boy. You see, it's from Cali's Luxury and Exotics. This is one of my mentees. He's made $406,000 this year. I don't got to use old clips. I don't got to use nothing from nowhere else. I don't got to use nobody else's testimony. These are my real students. This is just the facts. Let's keep it going. This is Brandon right here. He has made $230,000 this year. This is not old. This is year to date. And I'm only showing you this because I don't like to talk about myself. I don't got to show my millions of dollars of numbers. What I would rather enjoy, right? I would rather enjoy showing you my students making money versus myself. And that's the thing that a lot of coaches and mentors will never be able to show you. Anybody can say, yo, I made $30 million in this business and I'm going so crazy and I'm doing so good. But everybody can't show you multiple students on live of students that made money from their program this year. It's all cool for that. So like I said, I don't like to do the fluff. What's up, Jeremy? I see you, my boy. I don't like the fluff. I don't like to talk about myself, but I love to brag on my students because they work very hard. They took a risk on themselves, investing in themselves through me. They did invest in themselves through me, and I showed them what to do with a good investment. And do you think they're going to continue investing after having a return on investment, seeing that if they invest in themselves to learn new knowledge, they can make more money and do different things? Do you think they still are going to continue doing so? I believe so, because they have a great experience with it. And again, I don't want y'all to think that it's just one or two. I can do this all day. This year, look, I want y'all to see something special about this particular testimonial. So I want y'all to look. He's made $108,000 gross sales this year. But if you look closer, you can see last year, his previous year, for the whole year, he made $137,000. What does that mean? It's only May. It is only May. He's already made $108,000 this year to date in May. And last year, for the whole year, he made $137,000. What does that tell you? That means that he is on pace to make a over $200,000 a year, probably around the 230s and 240s, just based off of where he's scaling from now. But I can promise you, based off the model that I run, he's going to have a significant jump in income. He's going to have a significant jump in income because the way that I teach my business is the easiest and most scalable way to get in the hospitality industry. This is not Toro. This isn't anything where you got to guess and hope that your car is rented out through the week and not only on the weekends. The way that I coach and mentor my students, they get their cars out for 30 out of 30 days. And you can believe what you want to believe. I'm just giving you the facts. But that's why I showed you the results. But again, I want you to hear what I said, and I want you to hear it clear. If you want to join my program, you must be vetted. That means you have to book a consult call. For you to do that, you must DM me the word freedom, book a call for $50 to be able to separate the serious from the curious. And then we will vet you. If you make the credentials, we will then onboard you into the program. And then I will start helping you make money. And that's as simple as it can be. I cannot tell you it any other way. Other than that, this is my advice for everybody on here, regardless of if you partake in that or not. Find someone, find some people, a company, somebody to train you. I really want you to understand that. Find someone. It doesn't have to be Pushman Mitch. Find somebody coming back from where you're trying to go. I might not be that person. Some of y'all might not want to make the money that I make. Some of y'all might not want to live the life I live, drive the cars that I drive, fly the places that I fly. But find whoever that person is for you and copy off their test. I promise you, life gets so much easier when you got a tour guide. I went to a city before. I've been to Miami before, and I went there by myself and I just explored. I went to the worst food restaurants. I was trying all of these places that I was just finding randomly on like Google or whatever, right? But then I got somebody to take me around. They took me to Brickell. It was amazing. They took me over to the Midtown. If you ever been to Midtown, it's a spot called Hyde, and they got like a rooftop bar. It was amazing. They took me to a place called Victory that's down there in Midtown. It was amazing. But because I had a tour guide, I had a much greater experience. Life is so much easier when you got a tour guide that's already been where you're trying to go. Life gets super duper abundant, super duper free, so many options. But make sure you find that person for you. Again, it doesn't have to be me, but make sure you find whoever that is for you. And that's all I got for y'all today. Love, honor, respect. If you could do me a favor before y'all get off this live, take a screenshot of this live right now, tag me in your story, let me know what you learned on this live. That costs you no money. It'll cost you just a couple seconds out of your day. And I will let you know this, a lot of people don't understand what an even exchange is. You know, I gave you guys a lot of information, a lot of insight, a lot of thought that you guys would have never been able to receive in your diet today. And I know it's going to impact you in a positive way. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. It may be next year. It may be the next year after that. But this live will change your life. It will impact you. And it will be a disruption to your natural pattern if you let it be. And if you do, I promise you, you're going to literally thank yourself from the past in the future and say, damn, I'm so happy that I was on that live. And I'm so happy I learned about understanding how to be a person that's a follower and following the right people. It will literally put you in the best situation you've ever been in. So that's all I'm about. I'm trying to get everybody to level up. I told y'all I got survivor's remorse. The only reason I coach is because, look, the people y'all look up to, Warren Buffett, people always bring up these people when they talk about me. They talk about, and I take it as an honor. I take it as a badge of honor. When I'm talking, people bringing up people like Elon Musk and Warren Buffett, I take it as a sign of respect. They respect me, because if they said Warren Buffett wouldn't do that, Elon Musk wouldn't do that, that means that you think I'm in the same conversation as them, and I take that as a compliment. But what I want you to realize something about those people: Elon Musk will never teach you how to make money how he made money. I'm gonna tell you that for a fact. Bill Gates, he will never teach you how he makes money and how to be able to have the resources that he has and relationships and all. He will never teach you that. He will just continue making money and live his life. He will never. Warren Buffett will never, unless you pay him $19 million. Look it up. Look up how much somebody paid, the last person paid Warren Buffett just to have dinner with him. And they were doing this every year annually. $19 million is how much they paid Warren Buffett. So for y'all who really look up to those people and try to use those as your guiding beacon and light, remember this one thing. I am actually a multimillionaire in real life. I come from a community similar than you was brought up, right? And I am taking the time outside of me being a successful person to not only make the money in my businesses, which is really, really nice, but also come back and teach people how I did the exact same thing and be a mirror for my community. Now, if you keep celebrating Elon Musk and Bill Gates and all of them, that's cool. But I'm the one that's over here taking the time in his Rolls Royce because these people got all of these things that I got times 20. They got islands. They got private jets. They got fucking $150 million super yachts. And they ain't gonna never take the time to teach your black ass how to get even a centimeter of what they doing. But that's what I do on my time. So hopefully y'all respect it and take a screenshot of this live. Tell me one thing you learned. Tag me in your story. If your page is private, I won't see it. But if you have a public page, I definitely will. And I'll be able to share a couple of y'all. And for the first like 5 or 10 of y'all who actually do this, I am going to follow y'all back. So I appreciate people who literally just participate in my lives and show love and show up and comment and interact. That's what I'm about. So again, I want y'all to really hear what I'm saying. I don't talk for fun. My Instagram page is literally to make impact and make money. That's what I use social media for. I don't send jokes. I don't send memes. I'm not a funny bull. What I do is I use my page to be a mirror, make money, and make impact. And if that's not what's going on, I'm not on it. All right? Love, honor, respect. I'll talk to y'all in the next live. But make sure y'all use them gems I gave y'all today. I promise you, you're going to thank me later. It's a